Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another double reaction. We're first going to listen to the song Souvenirs by Dan Fogelberg, and for full disclosure, this is my first time listening to Dan, so excited to find out what his sound is like. And then we're going to check out the song Souvenir by Billy Joel. So we've got Souvenirs by Dan and Souvenir by Billy, and apparently they have nothing to do with each other. They are not an original and a cover, they are two separate originals. So I like the connection in the name, but we'll find out what these two songs are all about, and maybe we'll see if there's a sort of latent connection here. Before jumping in though, a special thank you to Steve the Bassy for making this generous donation request and the unique selections today. Thank you very much, my friend. And now, let's jump into it. That's real pleasant. Okay, I was not expecting that. Oh. Oh. His voice is so, like, airy in that falsetto range. Wow. Oh, and there's nice bright notes above. Doesn't this acoustic guitar sound so warm? I wonder how that's possible. Maybe an artifact of the recording and definitely the playing, but why is it so rich? Maybe nylon string? Oh, that is nice. Oh, that harmony. Great layering. It rides on the wind till it reaches your eyes. Oh. When faced with the past, the strongest man cries. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, souvenirs of the past. Wow. I get your comment, Steve. Nostalgia. And then I'm starting to understand maybe even the visuals in this this little visualizer here. You have the ace of spades, you have the key, you have the skull, the drink. Maybe these are all souvenirs from the past. Also, I was looking here. I don't know why we have the circled Sunday the 13th. Maybe there's some lore that I need to be made aware of. I'm loving this song. I like the nostalgia. I love the warmth. I feel like nostalgia and warmth just pair together so well. Because you get to just reminisce on those good times. And that those good times are always warming for the soul. Oh, it's such an interesting way to compose a track too when you think about the texture in the acoustic guitar that is very rich and warm, with his very airy voice that is almost like tap dancing above. I mean, it works well because you're capitalizing on a large majority of the frequency range, but they're still consistent with one another in terms of timbre. I don't know if that makes sense. And I didn't even pay mind to these piano notes. Very subtle. And you hear the multiple acoustic guitars. There's panning in the right and left. Oh God. Wait, how gorgeous is this?
And down in the canyon, the smoke starts to rise. It rides on the wind till it reaches your eyes. When faced with the past, the strongest man cries. And here is a sunrise to set on your sail. The ghosts of the dawn moving near. They pass through your sorrow and leave you quite still, sitting among souvenirs.
I really like this. Wow. It's so pleasant. This makes me happy. So nice. You know, I recognize that there's like, because we are nostalgic in this moment, and there's that warmth that does make us happy. But I also pick up on the melancholy in all of it, because with that warmth, with being able to look back fondly on the memories, often it's paired with a sort of bittersweet feeling. So, despite there being this like warmthness permeating throughout the track, and as I'm listening and as I'm even reflecting nostalgically on my own fond memories, I feel that it's also paired with a bit of pain. And pain is not universally a bad thing. I feel like there's a sort of misunderstanding of what pain represents. Pain is a reminder, especially if we look to our past experiences. You know, also, this is a sort of a side comment, but I'm randomly reminded of Tom York of Radiohead. Something in the way that Dan sings, and I recognize that Dan definitely preceded Tom, but I heard Tom way before Dan here. So something in the way that Dan sings reminds me of a sort of warmer Tom. Let me know if I'm off base with that association or not, if you guys disagree or agree. I couldn't help but to like almost visualize Tom's face as I was hearing this. Man, this is so nice. And I couldn't tell precisely if he was just talking about past experiences, past objects related to experiences, or people in his life. I presume it's a bit of all three, and the souvenirs are visual, physical reminders of whatever it was in the past, whether it related to a relationship, whether it related to a moment in time. And I feel like so often when it comes to longing on the past, it is about shared experiences with people we cared about. Because at the end of our lives, are we going to remember like the money we made or the things that we had? Like, yes, in some sense you will remember it, but what will actually have been important to you is the people that you got to journey through life with. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what Souvenir from Billy brings us. Maybe a different kind of nostalgia. Oh, that's already super nice.
A picture postcard, a folded stub, a program of the play.
It's that familiar Billy voice.
File away the photographs of your holiday. And your mementos will turn to dust. But that's the price you pay.
Right.
For every year, it's a souvenir.
The passage of time.
That slowly fades.
That's the souvenir.
Away.
It's fleeting, right? You can never hold on to it permanently. Wow, this is a darker take on this.
Every year is a souvenir that slowly fades away.
Oh, wow. Whoa. I mean, that last chord progression, that last passage there, the way Billy played it, he hit those chords aggressively and then foot off the gas pedal and then just fell into the final notes of that melody. I like that little aspect of his performance there. And yeah, man, paired with all of the warm energy that we feel from thinking of the past is always fleeting. We are always going to be further from the past. Another way to look at it is we are always in the present. We are always pushing forward and getting closer towards the future and further away from the past. So with time being a healer, but also a mechanism that helps us forget feels a bit of a misuse of the term helps, but regardless, with time we also lose those moments, right? Nothing in the world is permanent. We are always in a state of evolution, change. They say that every 7 years, all of the cells in your body are replaced with new cells. So technically, every physical aspect of your matter has changed, and therefore you may be a new person. And philosophers have gone back and forth on does that actually change who you are or not? So are you forgetting parts of the past, or are you becoming the new part of you? And what is the past? What is the future? You can do all of the what, where, whys, and hows when it comes to understanding time. There's a different conception of time too. In the TV show True Detective, they conceive of time as being a flat circle where you return to that same place in time, even if chronologically you've passed that moment. You could also conceive of time as being a sort of spiral where those moments when you return back to that moment in the circle, you've descended through a different dimension, spiraling down in 2D or 3D rather than a one-dimensional circle. There's many ways to think about time. I think really what it comes down to is how you feel about yourself and life. Doing the introspection, actually taking time to think and reminisce and contemplate your past in a way that isn't keeping you stuck there, but you learn from it, you take all of the experiences and joy that you can from it and bring it forward with you, rather than, act as though it has to remain in the past or you can't learn from it. But then at the end of our lives, when we reasonably predict that there may be less future for us to enjoy and experience, we can look back on our lives And, that's why they always talk about like the deathbed confessionals and people's regrets. I feel like we all owe it to ourselves to live our lives in the present moment to the fullest extent. Whatever goals we have for our future, reach out for them with purpose and certainty. And if you are uncertain, that's okay too, because you can still be. I don't know. I feel like so often, even myself included, we get stuck in these loops of being stagnant in the present, which keeps us in the past, when in reality, the past is there to be a teacher, not to be our disciplinarian, not to keep us shackled. There's so much to do with time. And when we think about the idea now of souvenirs that these two songs evoke, we will try to keep things from our past, but sometimes it's also okay to let it go, right? Forgive and forget maybe is another tangential way to put it. Yeah, my mind will just go and go with all of the different associations, so I'm just going to leave it at that. In terms of the performances today, really like the differences in their style, because you have more of a just campfire performance from Dan, and then of course when the strings come in, now it's more of like an orchestral campfire with many moving parts instead of just an acoustic guitar and the singer. But it was very full production, filled with warmth. I mean, campfire fits that warmth description perfectly in my mind. And then as we shifted from Dan Souvenirs to Billy Souvenir, I felt a bit more of a sort of forcefulness and a bit more of a darkness in Billy's delivery that resolved with something very, very just light, because there is a heaviness to life. There is a heaviness to the past, but it doesn't have to be that way. And we can just leave it. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys thought about these songs today in the comments down below, or just, leave a like or helpful comment for the algorithm. But that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reaction and want to request one yourself, whether it's more Billy, more Dan, or really anything else you think I would enjoy, please use the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.